get cooking. All right, we're gonna preheat our oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. You're gonna do that first, and then we're gonna take our red onion and cut it up. But first, we're gonna put some plastic wrap on our cutting board just to make cleanup easier. I'm gonna cut both ends of my onion, then cut it from the top in half. This makes peeling the skin off a lot easier. Next, we're gonna clean up our mess. Ooh, look how easy that was. See? Now we're gonna slice our onion, and when we get to the top, we're going to turn it around and work the other side. And definitely watch your fingers when you get to the tip. Next, we're going to take a saute pan and we're gonna add some olive oil. We're gonna let that get hot. You can use your hand like I did to check if you feel heat coming up, or you can just toss an onion in there, and if it starts sizzling around the edges, that means it's ready. So as you can see, I'm throwing in my onions, and I'm just going to mix these around until they become translucent. And you do not want to let these sit. You want to keep an eye on them and let them mix for about like 5 minutes. This is not the time for a bathroom break. Don't do it. Alright, so now we're going to throw in our spinach. I'm going to mix this around, let it wilt down a little bit. And next, I'm going to go in with my seasonings. So I'm keeping it simple because this is just one of the components of our dish. I'm seasoning with salt, pepper, and some garlic powder. There are various components to this dish, so you don't want to overdo it with any of them. Yeah. So we're going to mix that around for a few more seconds, and when it's done, you're going to see me transfer it to a little bowl, and we're going to set that aside so it's ready when we start to prepare our salmon en croute. Alright, now we're going to take a food processor and throw in our basil. I use 1 cup because that's all I had at the time, but if you have 2 cups, definitely go for 2 cups. The more basil, the better. So we're going to just let that chop up. Once it's chopped up, we're going to toss in our Parmesan cheese. Basil and cheese. It's such an amazing combination, y'all. So we're going to stream in our olive oil as it's mixing, and this creates this wonderful pesto sauce. It smells so good. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. So we're going to pour this into a bowl of cream cheese. This is an 8-ounce bar of Parmesan Philadelphia cream cheese, and I cut it into chunks to make mixing a little bit easier. So we're just going to mix this around, and make sure you let your cream cheese sit out for a little bit so that it's soft and easy to mix. And once that's mixed up, oh my god, it smells so good. We're going to season with salt and pepper. We're keeping it very simple because this is one of the components of our dish. So we're going to make our egg wash now. I'm adding 1 egg and 1 tablespoon of water. And you're just going to mix that until it looks like orange juice. Yeah, looks like orange juice to me. So we're going to set that aside. Now we're going to work on our salmon. I'm seasoning my salmon with salt, pepper. I go in with some cayenne peppers, some garlic powder, for some fish seasoning. I went all out with my salmon. And we're going to take some soft butter, put it on top and spread it around. And we're done with that. Now we're going to move on to the puff pastry dough. So we're going to add some flour to a clean surface, and I have some plastic wrap, as you can see. That's like my magic tool. It makes cleanup so much easier. And I'm just unwrapping my puff pastry, and I'm going to roll it out the best I can. Don't make it too thin, or we don't want it too thin or too thick. So just do the best you can to spread it out and cut around the edges so that we have a clean, a nice clean area to wrap our salmon in. So I don't show this part, but I do cut this in half horizontally, as you can see there. And I'm going to put the spinach and the onion in the center as if we were making a burrito at Chipotle. And we're going to put the salmon right on top. And we're going to add our pesto cream cheese sauce right on top of there. I don't know if that's considered a sauce, is it? More like a paste. Anyways, it's delicious. That's all that matters. So we're going to brush that over the top. Be generous because the more the better. We're going to add our egg wash around here, and the one step I forgot to add is to season it a little bit. So the area where I'm adding the egg wash, that's where I would season with salt and pepper. And additionally, I also forgot to add spinach on top. So on top of the cream cheese pesto, you want to put some spinach up there. So yeah, just keep that noted. So we're just going to pat around, shape it, and we're going to add some more egg wash. because when we fold those two edges hanging out over, it'll help it stick together. The egg wash is our little orange juice glue. Alright, so once that's done, we're gonna flip this over onto our parchment, our sheet pan with parchment paper. Okay, this prevents it from sticking, and we're gonna score this. I'm just doing one layer of scoring. I scored really deep, so try not to cut so deep into the dough. Yeah, and then we're just gonna egg wash that, and we're gonna pop this into the oven for 25 minutes. I put it on for 30, as you can see here, but I ended up checking it at 25 and it was done, so definitely keep an eye on it. So this is the finished product. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's juicy, it's soft, it's crunchy, it's creamy. It's so good, y'all. This is like fine dining restaurant type of food, but it was so easy, right? So I kind of repeat me cutting into that because it was just, oh my god, amazing. Anyways, thanks for watching, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this.